chose scenario number 2. On a girls' trip to a secluded Caribbean villa, a trio of lifelong friends competes to seduce the same charming local bartender, leading to whispered confessions by moonlight and secret admirers. Now I will tell that story from my perspective, capturing the heat, the tension, and the unexpected turn that changed everything. It all began with the ocean breeze whispering softly through the open windows of our villa, warm, salty air mingling with the scent of blooming hibiscus that clung to the night. My friends, Sarah, Lena, and I had been planning this escape for months. A week in the Caribbean, away from the chaos of city life. Just us, our laughter, and endless sunsets. We arrived tired but eager, each of us craving a break, a chance to reconnect, and perhaps to indulge in a little mischief. But none of us fully expected that this trip would ignite a spark so fierce it threatened to consume us all. The first night, we met Diego by happenstance at the resort's bar. A tall, broad-shouldered man with a smile that seemed to promise secrets, adventure, and perhaps something more. His dark eyes glinted with mischief, and his voice, smooth as caramel, drew us in effortlessly. We took turns flirting, teasing him with playful glances and laughter that carried over the rhythmic sound of the waves. Sarah was the first to secure his attention, leaning in a little closer than necessary, her voice dropping to a flirtatious whisper. Lena followed, charming him with her wit, and I, unable to resist the pull of the moment, found myself competing in silent battle for his gaze. Over the next few nights, Diego became our nightly ritual. We challenged ourselves to win his affection, each girl with her own strategy. Yet the line between innocent fun and something deeper blurred with every shared smile and lingering touch. I remember the way his voice sounded when he asked if we wanted to see the stars from the secret cove he knew. How my heart fluttered at the thought of spending an entire night wrapped in moonlight with him, just the two of us. But beneath the surface of this playful game, a strange, undeniable connection grew, something that felt far more real than a game of flirtation. One evening, as the Caribbean twilight melted into velvet darkness, I found myself alone with Diego on the deck. The ambient glow of lanterns flickered softly, casting shadows on our faces. I could hear the distant call of a lone night bird, a gentle lapping of waves against the dock, and my own heartbeat pounding in my ears. I looked into his eyes, and instead of the playful glint I'd become accustomed to, I saw something deeper, an unspoken longing. I took a tentative step closer, my voice trembling just enough. "Tell me," I whispered, "what is it you really want?" His gaze softened, and for a moment, everything else faded. The teasing, a competition, the rules we'd set. And then, he slow, tentative at first, and with growing intensity, as if the night itself was holding its breath. I felt the warmth of his lips, the spark of electricity that ignited somewhere deep inside me. My mind raced. This was forbidden, reckless. My friends, the others, the promise of safety and friendship I had built, all threatened in this stolen instant. But the truth was, I had never felt so alive. That kiss changed everything. The next day, I awoke with a pounding heart and 1,000 questions. What had I just done? Was this a fleeting moment of passion or the start of something real? I watched Diego from afar, trying to read his expression. The way he glanced my way, a flicker of something unreadable in his eyes. I knew I was playing with fire, but my desire burned brighter than my fears. As the days passed, I noticed how he looked at me differently, more intent, more cautious. My friends, too, seemed to sense the tension, each of us fighting our own internal battle between loyalty and longing. The challenge we'd set for ourselves had escalated into something uncontrollable, a tide we couldn't hold back. And then came the night of the full moon, an evening that would define our trip forever. We gathered by the beach, candles flickering, laughter tinged with nervous energy. Diego arrived, his presence magnetic as always. I felt my pulse quicken, my skin hot with anticipation. We dared each other to approach him, to reveal our feelings. Lena was the first to confess, her voice trembling as she admitted her crush. Sarah, bold and fierce, leaned in to plant a kiss on his cheek, daring him to choose. But I couldn't stay silent anymore. I stepped forward, my voice steady but raw. "I don't want to hide anymore," I said. "I want to see where this can go." Under the canopy of stars, Diego took my hand, his touch tender but insistent. We shared a look, a silent promise, and suddenly the world narrowed to just us. In that moment, I realized that what we had begun was more than fleeting. It was a forbidden love, daring and dangerous, yet undeniably real. We knew the risks, our friends' feelings, the betrayal of what we believed was safe and simple. But sometimes life pushes us beyond our borders, whispering that we deserve happiness, even if it's messy, even if it's forbidden. Every touch, every whisper felt like a ripple through my soul. I knew this was a gamble, the kind that could break us or set us free. But I also knew that I could no longer pretend the heart doesn't want what it wants. Diego, with his quiet confidence and gentle smile, had awakened something inside me I thought had long been buried, a daring, passionate side that craved love without limits. The next morning, I woke up to the scent of salt and the sun warming my skin. Diego was gone, but the memory of that night lingered, etched into my mind like a secret treasure. I knew I would face the fallout soon enough, the questions, the judgment, the heartbreak. But I also knew I had found a second chance, a chance to truly listen to my heart and trust that love, no matter how forbidden, could lead me to a better place. If this story has you on the edge of your seat, if the thrill of forbidden love and the promise of second chances stirs something deep inside you, hit like and share, because you will not believe what happens next. And perhaps neither can I. But I do know this. Sometimes the greatest love stories are born from the most unlikely, daring moments. If you crave more raw, emotional confessions, please like, share, and subscribe. Your next chapter awaits.